What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you our next matchup in the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. So, real quick rundown of the rules. Each day on the channel, I upload one matchup from the tournament, and how does the tournament work? Basically, we have a matchup between two different characters, and then kind of go over both the characters, kind of make a little bit of a case why they might make sense to be in Smash Bros. For the DLC in the Fighter Pass. And then down in the comments, we vote for one of the two characters in the matchup for the day. You only get one vote. The voting is simple to do. You just type the name of whatever character it is. And today's matchup is Crash Bandicoot taking on Monokuma, so you vote for one of those two. You can vote for both, but you only get one vote, so very simple. Otherwise, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. You lose once, drop to the loser bracket, you lose from there, you're done. If there's ever tie in the voting, I will flip a coin on camera, best and fairest way to break the tie. And then each matchup voting-wise only lasts 1 week. That way we get... we just keep getting new matches and results, and the tournament keeps on progressing very smoothly. So, with all that out of the way, oh yeah, by the way, quick refresher, it's a fun tournament, so don't take anything too seriously. Vote for who you want, regardless of their situation. We have all sorts of characters in here, first party, third party, assist trophies, anime, spirits, characters that are just confirmed, so tournament is for fun. So, let's get into the results. Last week was Sub-Zero against Spyro, that's who it was. So we're back in the loser bracket, meaning whoever loses is done because, well, you're in the loser bracket, so you already have one loss, right? So it was pretty not close at all, actually, not really close. One character ran away with it, Spyro, 48 votes to only 12 for Sub-Zero. So, yeah, Sub-Zero's gone. That means, yeah, congrats to Spyro for winning. Nicely done, Spyro. But, again, still in the loser bracket, you lose one more time, you're done. So, I don't know, Spyro usually has pretty strong showings in these tournaments, so we'll see what ends up happening with that. So, that means we get to jump in the matchup for the day, which should be game 87. Crash Bandicoot against Monokuma, so let's do it. Let's talk about it, shall we? So, Crash Bandicoot, big-time third-party character, right? A lot of history in gaming. So, oh man, what do we say? Let's just jump back a few weeks to E3. After the hero from Dragon Quest and Banjo-Kazooie ended up getting confirmed for the Fighter Pass, a lot of people I've seen all over message boards, YouTube comment sections, all over the place, Twitter, a lot of people are like, alright, Crash Bandicoot's probably, or has to be one of the last two. Crash Bandicoot's name really got elevated after those last two reveals. And I mean, you can't blame anybody for thinking that. Crash is a huge time third party, just a huge gaming icon. He's been around for what, 20-ish years or so. Definitely started out on the PlayStation, was a timed exclusive, so for a long time he was the face of PlayStation. Him and Spyro were kind of like 1A, 1B up there, so they were tremendous. Hey, Spyro already won earlier today, so maybe he's going to try to pass on a little bit of good luck to his buddy Crash here. So, yep, Crash and Spyro both are owned by Activision. No reps in Smash Bros. Again, just because you're a big third-party company doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a character. But I think the way Nintendo is focused on DLC, they really want to go after, characters that have a big name attached to them, pretty much around the world. For the most part, Joker, yeah. Dragon Quest is a big franchise regardless of if you like it or not. I personally said I've never been a big fan of Dragon Quest, but I completely understand where they're coming from, so I'm fine with that inclusion. Banjo-Kazooie, just, we all know the history as with Nintendo. Microsoft got a rep in Smash Bros, so that's pretty big. Microsoft and Nintendo working together, that's awesome. So, now think about this for a second. Think about this. If Crash were to get in Smash Bros, we could have Nintendo, Mario, versus PlayStation, kind of, with Crash, versus Microsoft with Banjo. Just think about that. Wouldn't that be cool? Nintendo versus PlayStation versus Microsoft? Then you could even throw it like versus Sega with Sonic, Capcom with Mega Man. I mean, come on. That's awesome. Come on. Just to think about that. That's why I love Smash Bros. All these different characters just coming together. I mean, come on. That's awesome. Crash has got everything. He's got the moves. He's got the popularity. He's got the relevancy. Crash Team Racing just came out. What was it? A week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Roughly 2 weeks ago. Very big game. I heard it sold pretty well. A lot of people were very impressed. A lot of people definitely seem to like it. So I have yet to pick it up. I want to. I never got to experience the old Crash Team Racing game. I'd love to. Maybe I pick it up. I should. I really should, but we'll see. I got a lot of other stuff I'm playing at the current moment. So, anyway, Crash, I think he's got all the ingredients. Would definitely be a very hype reveal if he were to happen. So, maybe he does. Fingers crossed, I hope to see either Crash or Spyro. One of those two from Activision. I really hope one of them do get in. I mean, they got the name, they got the notoriety, they got everything. They're good to go in my book. So hopefully we get one of them. But hey, we still got two character slots left. We'll see what happens. But let's move to Crash's opponent. So Monokuma from the Danganronpa series, kind of a big time sleeper pick, sleeper character. Now, I feel like this can happen just because I'm under the impression or the notion that Nintendo will kind of throw, we could say, a curveball in there for the Fighter Pass. They might not go all third party. They might not go all extremely well-known characters. And I think that's kind of where this character kind of can come in. There's plenty of other ones that could, sneak under the radar that people would be like, actually, I didn't really think of that, but it's a good idea. So this character, I know Sakurai has stated in the past that he's a fan of this series. So, but again, reel it back. Sakurai is not the one that picked all of the DLC. Nintendo came to Sakurai with a list, and then Sakurai got to pick off that list characters that he could make a moveset for in Smash Bros. So, what are the odds Nintendo went up to Sakurai and said, all right, hey, we could go get Monokuma. Can you make a moveset for him? Sakurai could come up with a moveset easy. So he's like a little possessed bear. I like the design, kind of like the yin and yang, light and dark. It's kind of a cool little thing. But yeah, so moveset, if anybody can come up with something for him, Sakurai can easily. This character is pretty decently known, and again, I think it just comes down to, did Nintendo even think about this character, or was Nintendo's focus just, all right, we want like really big name characters. No offense to Monokuma or the Danganronpa series by any means, no offense, but they're kind of here, and maybe Nintendo's shooting for up here. You get what I'm saying? So, again, not trying to offend anybody, any fans or anything like that. I'm just saying, I think you understand where I'm going with that, but I still think it's a character that could slide under the radar that people would be like, didn't really think about that, but it still makes sense. So, I kind of like when I started this tournament, I had no idea who this character was. No idea. And a lot of people requested this character to be in, so I got to learn a bit about the character. I like the way this character could potentially play. I would like that. And if you're different, if you're unique and you do something, you can bring in something that that's hardly used in Smash, or something that's just new to Smash. I don't know whether it's your a characteristic, whether it's your moveset, whether it's a personality, whatever it might be. If you can do something new and, just something, I don't want to say better, but just something that we don't have, I've always said it, I'm more than welcome to try something unique. Bring us something new. So I like the character. I really do. I don't know. This one is not tough for me, though. Voting wise, this one's not tough for me. I'm definitely going Crash Bandicoot all the way on this one. I want to see this character in, just as a gaming fan, that grew up at the time of Crash's, when he peaked in his popularity, and of course when he, no pun intended, but when he crashed and he wasn't as popular, people kind of just forgot about him. I was there through all that. I got to experience it. Again, I didn't have the PlayStation games, but I had a buddy who was very into these sort of games. Go over to his house and he's playing Crash. He's playing Spyro. He's playing, Crash Team Race, or one of the Crashes. Didn't Crash have multiple kart racing games, I believe, but he was playing those games, and I got to, kind of watch and, somewhat learn about the character. I understood who the characters were. I know where they come from, so Maybe I can't even say it's nostalgia factor because he's still relevant today. But I don't know. For me, Crash, very simple. Crash gets my vote in this one. Yeah. So again, this is the loser bracket. Whoever loses this is done from the tournament. So with that being said, this one's coming to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed. So a little sneak peek for tomorrow. Let's see, game 88. All right, Medusa from the Kid Icarus series, the villain, taking on Velvet Crow, the character that ended up replacing Erdrick. So, Velvet Crow, I don't know anything about her. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research, but that's for a bit later. So, anyway, that's the matchup for tomorrow, and then the results will be of game 82. Where's game 82? Game 82, hello. There you are. Tomorrow's results will be Chrono against Shadow. So that's tomorrow. Today's today. Today's video is coming to an end. I do have a second video coming out later today, so check it out if you want to. But it's about shared content, you know, the online thing. But anyway, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.